I'm just going to share my presentation here. And I'll just do a slide here, slideshow, which is better. Okay, go away. What's this there? Yeah. And one current slide. Okay, so here, whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. And I suppose we've heard of this all, probably all down through the years. Yeah. And I just love this. It's just a kind of reminder all the time, right? It's like saying, is the glass half empty or is the glass half full in your life? So the growth mindset, individuals who believe their talents can be developed through hard work, good strategies, and input from others have a growth mindset. So this is where you're connecting with other people, feeling the energy of, and we're always learning, always learning. They tend to achieve more than those with a more fixed mindset, those who believe their talents are innate gifts. So I think that was probably me for a while going, yeah, I don't want to do any more, I don't need to connect with anybody else or whatever. So my mindset was just more fixed on what I was doing. But actually, by asking for help, it has helped me grow my mind, but also growing my network as well. Does that make sense for all of you? You know what I mean? And it's just more getting it out there. So the growth mindset, I can learn anything I want to. When I'm frustrated, I persevere. I want to challenge myself. Now, this is a big thing always for me because I kind of always took the easy route and kind of going, oh, couldn't be arsed. You know what I mean? And going, oh, that's not for me. But yeah, I do like a challenge though. When I fail, I learn. Tell me I try hard. And if you succeed, I'm inspired. My effort and attitude determines everything. So the fixed mindset, I'm either good at it or I'm not. All right. How many times do we say, I see it even my son the other day coming home going, he's just started college and he's there going, oh, the graphics. Oh, I don't know whether he's never done it before. And oh, I don't know whether I like it or not. And I'm there going, you're only a week at it, for God's sake. You just give it a go. Can't be that. And he was like, yeah, I will. So it's like going, he was frustrated, but it was like, if I said, don't bother doing that now, that should be grand. You're all right. The other stuff would do. He would give up very easily, and kind of go, oh yeah, right. My mom said, yeah, I'm frustrated, but I'll give up. But I don't like to be challenged. And sometimes, and I suppose for all of us is, we like to be in our comfort zone all the time. And, life is flowing by and a whole lot. And I even found that last week when Martin fell off the ladder and going, geez, what else? Like, what else is coming at us? Going, oh, Lord, but this is about being prepared for the challenges in our lives. And even, as you said, being the challenge of the dog, it's like, oh God, I couldn't be bothered getting in, a dog because, the challenge of actually training it all again. But actually, I'm really enjoying it, even though I'm missing freckles every day in my life. But actually, I can see freckles in my new dog, and it's challenging me with the pees and the poos and, and all of that. It's like having a baby all over again. And I'm going, am I able for it? But actually, I love the challenge because it's like this. I was going to ask somebody to help me to train, but actually, I don't need anyone to help me to train because I can do it myself. But, when I fail, I'm no good. I mean, how many of us feel like that sometimes, and that was probably something when I see, when my dad, now his second anniversary, he was 97. He didn't like to fail. He was very judgmental. So he would never try anything really unless it was really, really safe, because he didn't want to be judged. So that came down and rolled onto all of us. It's like going, we all have this exterior going, I'm amazing and I'm brilliant at everything, because I don't want to be judged. And then if you fail, he would have judged you so much, and my mother would have judged us as well, going, oh, look at them, they're useless, and that was always there at a very young age, to be judged, but always then afraid to fail or afraid to go home and say, oh God. It's like when we moved in here first, the house, and then the recession came. I was actually afraid to go back to them and say, oh God, can you help me? I need finances. I would never do that, because that would be a failure in their eyes. So can you see where I'm coming? So I had to overcome all of this, because I know now to fail is actually to succeed in my life. It actually, for all of these things that I failed at, has made me a stronger person. And I'm not afraid of being judged anymore, because this is where my learning was, with everything, some things we might do and didn't. I was in multi-level marketing because that was the thing at the time, to stay at home. I needed to do something from home. And I remember, yes, I succeeded very well with it, but actually I failed at it at the end, because actually it wasn't the thing for me, but I let it go because it wasn't for me. But people saw it as a failure in me, because, oh my God, you didn't make you succeed, even though I did succeed at a certain level. But I tried it and I left it go. I still use the products, but I don't do the business side of it. So can you see where, and I let it go. Yeah. And it isn't, so that was one of my kind of things, going, God, that wasn't a smart move to do, but I did it anyway. And, I can tell the tale. But also as well is, tell me I'm smart and I'm great and I'm amazing. Yes, I have a sister, a younger sister. Yeah, she was here. Yes, she was here on Monday. She was here at the weekend, and she's 50 years of age. She's Botox. She has, Jesus Christ, she's everything done to her. And all she wants is, and I know her pain, I can feel it. She wants just people to think she's 20. She is, so wants to be young. And I'm looking at her going, oh, you need to get the Botox here. It's flopping here a little bit, but it's actually funny. And it's like, you can't see that, because she's afraid. She's, I would send her over the edge if I told her there was like a piece of weight hanging out over the hip, and then, so it's like, just tell me I'm beautiful. And she's going through that process. And yes, so yeah, tell me I'm smart. Always has to, afraid of being judged. And that and as you say, she's working on that, I hope, if you succeed, I feel threatened. How many of us feel that? Yeah. That you won't be the same person as you were when you started out, and the whole lot. I know when I put up the sign outside at the gate saying I was doing this work, my eldest son, he was 16 at the time. Jesus, he was feeling it. He told me to take it down, because his friends was coming this evening and he didn't want to see the sign up. So he felt threatened by me that I wouldn't be a mother around him all the time, all of these things. And same with us, I know the Marianne Williamson is like, we're afraid of our own power to succeed, that our power to, and it's that success. And sometimes I remember that, Gillian, when you were here, I didn't want to lose what I had inside of me, by sharing it with everybody, that if I succeeded, everything would expand and I would lose. It would be more like a business as opposed to the feeling. But as you say, we can combine the two. And I didn't want to lose my gifts, of that connection with people. And yes, still going through that a little bit, letting go of that fear of, God, oh, if it expands too much, I will lose the energy I would lose the connection between people, you know, and yeah, so sometimes we're huh?
So with my line of work, one of the things that was said to me, so when the physio opened in Tallow, Blackwater Physio, a lot of people coming into my clinic who've been coming to me for years. So when I was based in Fermoy, and I then moved into Tallow, realizing that a lot of my people who were coming to me were, it was actually easier for them to go to Tallow than it was to try and get parking in Fermoy.
Yes.
A lot of people came in and said, do you feel threatened by the physio opening up? Are you not worried that you're going to lose your business? And like, I'm not going to say that I'm at my job long enough to have enough respect for the stuff that I've learned, but at the same token, I have really pushed myself to learn and constantly learn what I have. But I think in all of our learning, one thing we can't lose sight of is that who we actually are. Yes. And the reason why we're in the business that we're in, and it's not that it's a business, it's a chosen, it's a way of life. That's the difference to what sets you aside from the next person who runs it as a business. So if I was in it for the money, I'm in the wrong job.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And I think you're the same, Maureen, and I'd like to think the girls are the same as well, because if there's no, you know, if there's no enjoyment in you getting up in the morning and saying to yourself, I actually have the pleasure and I have the gift of being able to get up and go to work and make a difference in someone else's life, versus someone says, I have to get up and go to work now because, you know, that's what one does. One gets up and joins the grind, you know. And when people come in and say, are you not worried about the physio? And I'm there going, no, I'm not, because at the end of the day, there's plenty of space for all of us. And I don't have an issue if there's something that I feel I don't want to take on, or if I feel, oh, look, you know yourself, you know, when the energy doesn't fit, you can send them elsewhere. And I can send them down the road and I say, try out Gouldings down below. They may very well be able to be a better fit for you without becoming you know, harsh or kind of disgruntled about it, you know, whereas they've not once sent business my way. And I think that's a telling sign in terms of an approach, you know. So when people come in, so like yesterday, there's a guy who's coming to me who, I can't think of the name he has, but since he got COVID and he had the injections, the poor man's nervous system is in an awful state.
Yes.
And his legs go into spasms where he literally just freezes on the spot. He becomes quite catatonic until it settles down. And he took a leap of faith and asked me, would I help him? And I, be honest with you, threw my hands up and said, oh dear God, what am I doing here? But I took the messages and I ran with it, never once thinking we were going to get him to stop shaking. And I'm absolutely thrilled with it. But I haven't lost sight of the fact that it wasn't me, because I went in absolutely blank-minded. I had no idea what I was doing.
Yes.
So that's the difference, I think, with us, and that's the difference with you. And once you don't lose sight of that, that you're connected to all the wonderful, incredible people who went before us, who learned their healing gifts and who learned their abilities, and they are channeling through you to the person. So you're helping them fix. You're not fixing them. And that's the difference. We don't fix. We never fix. We just help them find themselves. And I think if you don't lose sight of that, you will never be threatened by someone else or your own thoughts, for that matter. And that's something I keep reminding myself of every single day, that it's a gift. It's not a way of, you know, it's not a grind. It's a gift, and it's my way of life. It's who I am. And the reason why people come to you is because of who you are, Noreen, or, you know, Louisa or Gillian, or, you know, everybody comes to you because of you. And if it was just a case of getting therapy, there's no loyalty, and you'll know that straight away. You know, there's a difference.
Yes, there is. And I always use that thing of, you know, the hairdressers, like there's 5 hairdressers in the town, or even here in Rathcormac, right? There's 2 coffee shops in Rathcormac, and one of them is, you could be waiting a half an hour for a coffee, you know, in the post office. But her energy draws me in, and I'm going, I would prefer to go and pay the extra 50 cents than actually go up to the other way, where they just throw you a cup of coffee and out you go out the door. It's just that different in who's, you know, your energy will draw the people in. And it's about letting that go as well, about allowing those people in, as well. So thank you, Siobhan. And that is really, really powerful, because if we all help each other, it's a win-win situation. It's like you, Siobhan, sending people down to the physio. So now you know that the physios, they're going, I'm not sending anyone up to Siobhan because they're threatened by you. And you have that on them, you know what I mean? You know that's there, and you can feel that energy. So, but still, if you show them love and kindness, keep sending people to the physio or whatever, or you mightn't, because with their energy, if they feel that threatened energy, then they can't help people that are attracted to you as well, because it's all about the money. It's all about the money and getting people in and out and in and out,
That's the difference. It's the turning style versus the flow, it's basically the thing of ka-ching or how are you?
Yes,
that's
exactly. It is. And I suppose for us, that is, it's your personality that people come here for. That's it.
We don't lose sight of that. We will always set ourselves aside from everyone else. And like, I keep reminding myself of that every single morning. And if I don't, it's like people say, oh, your magic hands. And I'm like going, that's not what it is. It's a case of you're willing to open up and allow me to reset you, for want of a better description, to allow your energies to regroup, but again, it's not me who's doing it. It's the universe. It's all of us. We're all helping each other, but unfortunately, there are those out there who approach it from a very different side of things, and they are the ones that, if we're not careful, and that's what you're saying about making sure your energy is protected as well, is that if you're not careful, they do perceive you as a threat, and they will annihilate you if they see the opportunity. And I've seen it. I've seen it time and time again, and I've been at the receiving end of it. And you end up coming home limping, and you're there trying to figure out what's going on. So I think once we don't lose sight of that, and we have a beautiful connection here with our Reiki group, and there's a few other people that we all have on our various different sides, they're our tribe, as you said before, and once you rely on your tribe and don't lose sight of why you chose the path that you chose, because you did choose it. It wasn't kind of thrust on you. Maybe in the initial stages, certainly the MLM, fair play to you. But at the same token, you realized, here, I'll use the product, but I'm not prepared to go tell someone else, if you buy from me, I make money off you, kind of thing. It's not who you are,
Yes, exactly.
But there are people who are quite happy to walk all over someone else's bones to get to where they need to go. Whereas you and I and the rest of the girls here are quite happy to pick you up and take you with us, and that's the difference. And people who are struggling and limping, like that man who, with his shaking in his legs, and I kid you not, when he arrived into me, I literally went, oh, holy God, this is going to be the challenge of all challenges. But I rose to it like you do, Noreen. And you just kind of, you take a leap of faith and you say, well, look, the reason why the universe planted you where you are is because they know that you can do it. And they trust you to do it, and they trust you to help the collective. And once we do that, here, sure, the world is our oyster, isn't it?
It is. And yes, as you said, it's holding that space for ourselves, but actually, and also making sure that we're grounded. I got these beautiful stones. I got them in Mallow, actually. This is the pink mangaron salsite. And I use this to protect, here in the land when I'm out kind of now. I just find it really strong. So it's protecting. So it's for healing, peace, love and relationships, grief and loss, the mourning, and generosity as well. So bringing that in this morning for our healing as well, which is really, I just find that it is another way of grounding our energy, really, to protect ourselves again, which is so important. Now, I have this, the Kubler-Ross change curve, okay? So these are all kind of the mood swings we kind of go through when we're actually looking at opportunities. It's just more to feel into, as you saying, that we feel the shock of actually if something's coming towards us, it's like Gillian saying, now after the yurt coming, all of these things are coming in, right? So we have the shock of it, we have the denial, we have the frustration, we're going in deeper now because you're going into the lack of energy, you know, because you need to build that energy up and then take it into the new situation where you're going forward. And then it's like the decision making of the new situation and feeling more positive as you're going in with that yurt and the new retreats. And then, as you said, the opportunity is coming then. And this is where we are on our curve is, you know, when we're on our healing journey, is to recognize these are sometimes the curves we go through to actually open up to opportunities. And sometimes we might actually stay down here in the frustration and not go into the darkness to feel, oh my God, what's next? Or I don't want to go any further. And we put the brakes on. We put the brakes on and we stay in that frustration and denial, as opposed to going through the dark and going in then and experimenting with our life, you know, trying different things to see if it works for us. So that I just thought that might be just something, you know, I think we all kind of go through all these kind of stuff when we're doing something new. It's like, you know, when I was working with the horses, it's like going every day, it was like going, oh, I'm selling the horses because I can't go out into the field with them. And then I go into the field the following day and it'll all be lovely again. You know what I mean? That it was good. And now I can go into the field all the time with them because I've integrated myself and I felt the confidence and I've done the work to get there. Yeah. So does that make sense? Kind of, you know, that we're afraid of coming out of our comfort zone, you know, and things like that. So the journey is kind of the shock of what we're, you know, going, oh my God, do I deserve this?
I like that. I've never heard of that before. That I've not seen this diagram, and what you're talking about with the yurt, I can see that. I can see it. The journey that I've been on. Quite, you know, because I thought to begin with, I thought I wasn't shocked. Then I saw surprise, and then when it started, so I think I'm down past the depression, low mood, lacking in energy. I'm definitely there.
Yeah.
And I feel like I'm on the initial engagement.
Yes, I think
I can see how the next two steps, you know, are coming. So that's really helpful. Thank you.
Yes, and it's just more changing that mindset is going, because you know the way you hear people saying, oh, you're nearly at the top of the hill. You just have to go over the curve and you're going, oh, Jesus, I'll never get to the bloody top of the hill. You know, that's only a myth. But as you said, to change her mindset to go, yeah, you're on experimental now, Gillian, with you, you know. So it was the same with me with the retreats. It's like the shock of it all, the denial, the disbelief, the frustration where I got all stuff all over my body, you know, went into a lack of energy because this was something that was going to happen anyway. And if it didn't happen, I would get very, very sick. So I had to do it, you know, and then it was the depression of actually afraid of actually nobody coming here because I wouldn't be able to hold space and my family would be terrible. They wouldn't accept, you know, or not trusting them, you know, but, you know, and the perfection of it all. So, and then as you say, the experiment of it and the decision and then the opportunities coming. Yeah. So, yeah. So good. Yeah. I'll send that on. I'll put it up on the thing. And it's just helping the mindset of it all.
Yeah.
So this is just what I put this up in the system here because these are all just little things to, you know, with social media. I just thought, you know, if you wanted to send out newsletters, and I think you kind of all know that anyway, you all have a business on that. But I have a meditation actually. It's with my yew tree. Oh, right. Okay. I'll do this one because this was meant to be. It's just feeling into the yew tree. You know, you've all been here, you've all been around the yew tree. So this is just going through the chakras and allowing the yew tree to come into the energy, because you can see it here behind me, and just feeling that vibration of when we're feeling low, we can actually use the trees to come in and use that energy to ground our energy, to feel and build up all the bringing in the violet light to help. So I'm going to play this, right, it's only for a few minutes, just to help us because I'm conscious of the time, and I will play this. Standing under a yew tree. Can you hear it?
Yeah.
Oh, good. Okay, so I'll just play it here because I never know. Sometimes. Here we go.
You can offer yourself healing. You can do this by directing the flow of energy from the tree, beaming it, focus and settle on your crown chakra, and intend that energy flow there as you take 1, 2, 3 breaths. Ask the violet flame to assist you and feel it flow with the healing energy of the yew tree to your crown chakra. With every out-breath, release anything that needs to move out of you now. Direct your attention to the third eye. With the beaming light of the yew tree, focus and settle on your third eye, and intend that healing rays of the yew tree to flow there as you take 1, 2, 3 deep breaths. Ask the violet flame to assist you and feel it flow with the healing rays of the yew tree to your third eye. With every out-breath, release anything that needs to move out of you now. Direct your attention to the throat chakra. With the beaming light of the yew tree, focus and settle on your throat chakra, and intend the energy from the yew tree to flow there as you take 1, 2, 3 deep breaths. Ask the violet flame to assist you and feel it flow with the healing rays of the yew tree to your throat chakra. With every out-breath, release anything that needs to move out of you now. Direct your attention to your heart chakra. With the beaming light of the yew tree, allow and focus and settle on your heart chakra, and intend that healing rays from the yew tree to flow there as you take 1, 2, 3 deep breaths. Ask the violet flame to assist you and feel it flow with the healing rays of the yew tree to your heart chakra. With every out-breath, release anything that needs to move out of you now. Direct your attention to your solar plexus. With the beaming light of the yew tree, allow the focus and settle on your solar plexus, and intend that healing flow there as you take 1, 2, 3 deep breaths. Ask the violet flame to assist you and feel it flow with the healing rays of the yew tree to your solar plexus. With every out-breath, release anything that needs to move out of you now. Direct your attention to the sacral chakra. With the beaming light of the yew tree, allow the focus and settle on your sacral chakra, and intend that healing energy of the yew tree to flow there as you take 1, 2, 3 deep breaths. With every out-breath, release anything that needs to move out of you now. Direct your attention to the root chakra. With the beaming light of the yew tree, allow the focus and settle on your root chakra, and intend that energy flow there as you take 1, 2, 3 deep breaths. Ask the violet flame to assist you and feel it flow with the healing energy of the yew tree to your root chakra. With every out-breath, release anything that needs to move out of you now. Lastly, envision the violet flame embracing your entire body. Feel it encircling you and clearing away any remaining debris that may have been loosened. Allow yourself to let it go. Feel the violet flame moving through you and lifting you back into divine grace and alignment. Feel the wave of peace that moves through you. Take a deep breath. After doing this very loving exercise, your chakras will be cleared and balanced, and you will feel cleansed and very relaxed. Remember, the energy of the yew tree reaches through time and space, so there are no bounds to the ways this may heal your life. Be open to what you experience.
So sisters.
Standing under a yew tree,
Nope, sorry.
you can offer yourself healing.
There we go. I think that's in there. So stop sharing. Now, my dearies, hope you enjoyed that. I did that out on the yew tree. This is lovely. Yeah, so it's just clearing just that heaviness from, you know, as you say, we're coming into the autumn. We had the autumn equinox. On Sunday, I was very grateful that I was away on a retreat that day, which was lovely. Cleansed me from my family from the Saturday, so it was lovely. Cleansed all that energy and brought that lightness in as well. So yeah, so it's all about self-healing, and we did that in our last exercise. Now today is our last day of connecting with each other on the Zoom. I will put up the documents, all, you know, the file, the Reiki 3 file up on the system. So that will be opened for October. So you can download any of the stuff, and I'll put up more stuff as well. I have 7 pillars for health for dogs or for animals as well, just to give you just some more information. So yeah, so it has been a beautiful journey with you for the last 6 months. As Siobhan said, if you wanted to, we can do something, because I know I have another masterclass or another class coming on in November, and I'll be going through the level 3 with them again. But if we want to continue on doing something like this once or twice a month, you know, you can connect with me and see, you know, it'd be lovely. It'd be a shame to lose our energy, you know, because so much has happened in that 6 months for all of us, you know, that we held space for each other, and we have come through so much, you know, stuff, and so much opportunities have come up for us, you know, in that journey, that it might be nice to, if you were willing to keep it going, you know, and hold on to, you know, and as you said, there'd be new people coming on the group as well, you know, whatever. So yeah, so think about it and feel, and, you know, because we're all on that experiment now of going forward, you know, the Reiki 3. And then, as you say, we will see, Gillian is coming home. I'm doing a 1-day retreat here at the centre on the 27th. It's a long weekend. And Gillian wanted to come here to Ireland. So I've asked her to come and do some EFT with us. So it's a 1-day retreat day for women to come here. It's a Sunday. So Gillian is very grateful to said, yes, she would love to come back to, because you were here 2 years ago. I always feel the connection was there. My dad passed away while I was tuning Gillian here in the centre, and we held space for each other. And I always feel there's been a beautiful connection. And here we are today again. Yesterday, it was his anniversary. It was really interesting when I was at home on Saturday night. I left kind of late. My family were all there, and my brothers were all in the sitting room, and they're all smoking themselves to death. And I was leaving, you know, it was dark. It was about 10 o'clock, and I opened the front door, and I opened the sitting room door, we call it at home, and I went to say goodbye. And my brother's who passed away, his picture is quite big up on the wall in, you know, in that sitting room. You know, he's always there with us. And a little bird flew in. We thought it was the robin, but I don't think it was. But anyway, a bird flew in around the room at 10 o'clock at night. And I got them all up, and we were all laughing, and I was laughing, going, it was a bit of fun, because they all had to get up out of their seriousness and they smoking away. And it was like, they're all jumping and opened the windows and the whole lot. And I ran out the door and I said, the robin is going to fly out the door after me. It's going to be okay. and it was just funny, you know, because they were there. It got them up off their ass, you know, but it was a bit of fun and a bit of joy. And I just thought, oh, thanks, Dad, because I think my father came into the energy of it all and taught them, do you know what? Lighten up, guys. It's, you know, your life, there has to be some fun and joy with family as well, you know. So I had to laugh. Yeah, because my father was smoking since he was 15 and he was smoking in 97, the pipe, you know, so smoking is kind of there in the family, but he enjoyed it. He found joy in it as opposed to stress. He, you know, it was like a ritual for him, a meditation, you know, to put the pipe together. It only lasted 10 minutes, but, or not even five minutes, but it took him about a half an hour to get the whole churning, and it was like a meditation for him, you know, to do his little pipe and puff out a bit of smoke, then like at the end, whatever, and quench and all that. So yeah, so I just thought, yeah, the bird flew into, it was him flying in going, come on guys, get a bit of joy back into your life. I'm here. You don't have to be, yeah, sad. And so it kind of helped me as well, you know, kind of going, yeah, and helped me kind of connect with them, because our energy is just a little bit stale with a family. Sometimes they say big families, you know, it's can be a lonely place. Yeah, it can be a lonely place.
The lonely place for two as well.
Yeah, see, so you see, so it's important that we, yeah, for me, they're my family. They're not my friend, you know, they're not my friends, you know. These are the things I have to do with them, you know. But yeah, so it's important that we have connection with each other, you know, and to help us. Yeah. So how is your mother, Siobhan? Is she okay?
Oh dear, you had to ask the question. I'd say she's fine. She's giving out stink this morning. It can't be much wrong with her.
Yeah,
She's
but that's okay.
Home care away this morning. They arrived. They sent her a message saying that they were coming in this morning, and they were coming in at 8 o'clock this morning to help her have her shower or her wash.